y'all.
Welcome to Two Queens and Crystal Things, the podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind, and raise the consciousness type of shit. I am Mia.
And I am Christy, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, queens and kings. Before we dive into today's episode, we wanted to make sure to talk about something very important before we get started. So, this podcast is about evolving, it's about growing, it's about transformation, and we want this podcast to do the same. And we want to bring more to you all. We want to have more offerings available to you. We want to do retreats. I mean, we have a whole vision of what we want for Two Queens to be. And we want to connect with you all. We want to be able to provide you with a quality show. And honestly, we read your reviews, and we've taken your reviews.
Your suggestions.
Yeah, we take it not personally, but we listen to everything. The feedback that you give us is tremendous. It's needed. And we just really want to express our deepest gratitude for your ear. You all could be listening to whatever, whomever, but we really appreciate each and every one of you who listen. And even when you reach out to us and let us know how helpful the podcast has been, we really, truly appreciate it. Sometimes it's like, wait, what? But we just wanted to say thank you. And it means so much to us because it's because of people like you that allow this podcast to keep going. And I mean, we are over 100,000 downloads, 4 seasons and over 100 episodes. That's wild. A lot of podcasts, they don't even last that long. And so this year we're closing out with 50 episodes. I think this is the longest season that we've ever done. And there are 52 weeks in a year. So to me, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what we've done. I'm impressed with our consistency. I'm impressed with our commitment because, again, this is us sharing parts of ourselves with you all, and we just really appreciate that. So with this, you all know that creating a podcast, it involves time, effort, some financial investment, and we read the reviews about the sound needing to improve, and so there are lots of new things that we want to do for the podcast. And we plan on doing this. This is what we love to do. We want to continue bringing you quality content. But in order for us to keep the lights on and the microphones hot and running, it's time that we ask for you all to assist and to help. And there are ways that you can help that do not involve money.
Support.
Right. So here are a few ways that you can support Two Queens. You can use the Buy Me Coffee link. You can find that in most of our episodes. Actually, I think it's on the bottom of all of our episodes in the description area. You can also go to the link on our Instagram page. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up, give us a review. You can write a review on our podcast platform. Again, there are ways to support us. You can share our Instagram stories. You can share some of the content that we put out there. And so,
And you guys, I know that right now our content is mainly audio, but you will be seeing our lovely faces and sharing space with us very soon. We are moving over to a video platform, so we're excited about that.
Yep. So we are looking to upgrade. We're looking to add more people to our team. We're really looking to taking Two Queens to another level. Again, this podcast is all about transformation and evolution, and it's time for Two Queens to represent that. So we just wanted to say how much we really appreciate your support. We truly appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for considering supporting our podcast, whether it's through subscription, whatever it's through a small contribution. We really just appreciate that. So now that is out the way, let's get into today's episode.
I feel like you just passed around the collection plate at church. And church, quiet.
Well,
But no, thank you guys for real. Christy has the nerve. But we do appreciate you guys, and your help is most appreciated. So, real quick, last episode we did was 11/11. We talked about the portal, and hopefully you guys took advantage of the energy of that time and that space.
Yes.
It was quite juicy. And honestly, you guys got to think anything that is any energy that is that strong, you can get a polarity of feeling. So I don't know if other people experience a lot of tiredness, and some people may even get with some people refer to as like evolution sickness or something like that, but probably felt a little different. But we both enjoyed our 11/11, and we hope you did too.
Yep. So you all know, and I talked about it earlier, you know that our show explores spiritual transformation, and oftentimes a lot of the stories that we're sharing with you, these are our personal stories. We have lived these stories. And, today we're going to delve into the process of shifting from triggers to glimmers. And we've talked about triggers we talk about triggers. Not a lot, but we've brought them up in our episodes.
Well, because triggers are honestly gateways into what it is that we need to heal within ourselves. So they come up often because it's a part of our journey.
It really is. So do you want to explain what glimmers are?
Okay, so all right, we already know that we have our challenges and the moments that I can push our buttons emotionally, spiritually, physically, etc., all of that. However, there are times when something will happen and it will trigger a moment where you can see into the future. Think of triggers as something that is pulling up a moment from the past. And a glimmer is something where it's like a trigger to the future of something that is beautiful. And with the right mindset and kind of a self-awareness and a consciousness, you can turn triggers into opportunities for growth and then find the glimmers. It's like the glimmers come up. You know how you have those moments, especially when you start something. Anytime you start, anybody who ever has the nerve to start a new business or put themselves out there in any, in any type of way, you have to have some form of a glimmer to believe that it's going to be successful, or you wouldn't do it.
Right.
So when you think of any time you try something new, you've had a glimmer. Mm-hmm. I can do this, and there's this belief, and it comes from you being able to see and visualize what's to come, and what you would consider positive in your life. So
can I be honest?
What?
So
no,
I think
I'm scared. No.
I think this was day before yesterday, which would make Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I had a moment where I was triggered.
Really?
Oh my goodness! Someone triggered me on social media. Oh man, I was so ready. I was like, please let this be the day. Oh, I see. I got time today.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh. I typed out a response and then I deleted it and then I retyped it and then I deleted it and I was like, let me breathe, let me pause, because I need to be living what I preach.
So you know what? I think at this point, if something triggers you, that means it's like pay attention to, it's like, okay, yes, whatever that is triggered you, but what did it trigger in you? What about it made, how did you feel? I believe everything is about the feeling. Mm-hmm. What did it make you feel? Angry? Did it make you feel, you know what I mean? And was that an external thing or an internal thing?
Right.
I feel like at this point, especially, where you are at what I would consider a level of self-awareness, for something to trigger you like that.
Ooh, I was like, let me
like that, girl, that's like an opportunity to dive in.
I was like, I'm ready. And you know what, before, and I think you all have probably, for those who have been following us, I think you can see it, but before, I wouldn't want to create problems. I never wanted to be confrontational. I just wanted to keep things easy and not create waves. But now I'm like, honey, I think I have time.
Yeah, low key.
Let's see.
Yeah, low key. I think Christy's entering her villain era.
You know what? I agree. No, I agree.
I'm laughing, but I'm low key serious.
No, I agree. I really think you were onto something. Yes.
I am. I recognize the energy, sis. I recognize the energy. I have reached a new. I think my level that I'm at is it's all good. It's all good.
Look, it's gonna be what it's
all
gonna
good.
Be. But
it's gonna be. But I enjoyed my villain era. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think I am entering that because I'm just like, ooh, I hope today.
I sure did. Ooh,
hope today is the day. Hope. You feel like Christmas? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy we're talking about this though, because I think even though we've talked about triggers, y'all don't understand.
Girl, wait.
So ready.
It's like, oh shit.
Like, I'm so It's like, oh, I feel it. Oh, I can feel it. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's that good faithful.
Ooh.
Like, ooh.
It's a glimmer. Oh, it is a glimmer.
That is so interesting.
Ooh,
that,
it excites
no.
me.
And that's okay. Wait. Hold on. Pause. That is so interesting that you consider that a glimmer. And so I'm so glad you said that, because it brings up a point that what you consider to be a glimmer is personal to you. So when you just said that, it's interesting because that is for real a trigger that you turned into a glimmer.
Yes.
Yep. That is. Yeah, Christy's entering her villain era. I can feel it.
Okay.
You really are excited. Why is my heart beating fast? Girl, if you don't stay your ass over there.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh, Jesus. Girl, I got the feeling that's going to be what happens when, faithful, which is fuck around to find out, meets with I got time today.
Ooh.
When you add those two together, I'm scared.
Please fuck around and find out. Please, because I want to find out too. I got FOMO. I want to know what's up. I'm just saying.
Chrissy's like, how low can you go? Right.
Man,
she's like, I want to know.
I want to know. Do these knees still work?
Yeah. She's dead ass serious, my G. She is dead ass
serious. Do these knees still work? And I'm really excited about it. You're so right, though. This is perfect because, yes, this is an area for me.
Whew. Jesus help
Well,
us.
it used to be a trigger, but man, when I tell you it is a glimmer. It's bad. Some days I just walk around like, ooh, it's today gonna be the day where I get to act a fool. And then Jason's like, I know you. What if you end up going to jail? I'm like, I won't go to jail. Maybe there will be something that happens.
You got bill money. You fine.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Jesus help me.
All right. Well, okay. So let's get into
this.
Understanding the triggers and how it impacts our emotions. You all, when you think about when people trigger you and they say something like the person on social media today, that was a trigger. Not only do you want to comment on something about dogs, but you want to comment on a 12-week-old post on a comment about dogs. I'm just like, and I had like a really good paragraph, and then I said, finally, you know what? I said, this is a 12-week comment. Okay, be well.
So wait, think about this though. No, seriously, like you just said, triggers are basically, they're stimulus for our emotions.
Yes.
But they're based on past experiences. Remember I said, so you guys, this is how you can separate them. Think of triggers as past, glimmers as future. Mm-hmm. So do you know what the past experience is that you had that triggered? You know what I mean? What is that triggering from your past?
I don't know if it's something triggering from the past, but honestly, I do feel like it's a comment. This is how I feel. If you don't agree with it, then okay. It's just, I don't know. I feel like when it's not even, I don't even think it's anything based from the past. I think it's really just the way that the way that society is now, like with social media. People feel as if they can say anything about whenever, however, whatever, and then everything is for public mention.
So is it that you don't necessarily have an appreciation for people speaking their mind when they are trying to place a poor judgment on somebody or some type of negative connotation?
Speak your mind, but don't be upset if I speak my mind back.
Fair. That's, it's fair. So because I know you, I'm dead serious. I'm about to say, because I know you, I think, if I may, you could, tell me what you think. I think this triggers something in you because you've always been the one to I'm gonna keep the calm. I'm gonna keep the cool.
that too.
And you're like, I know that
that
I'm
too.
no longer in that space.
I don't want to keep the calm anymore.
So the trigger is I'm ready now. I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. I'm no longer in a space where I feel like, that throat chakra is opening. Do you know what I'm saying? So there was a time when you did not speak up.
Yeah.
And now you're like, that's no longer. And I honestly, and just like you said, I want to find out too. I really do think that you want to kind of stretch out to see.
Kinda. Did you just say kinda?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I did not.
I don't kinda wanna. I want to.
Full on. 100%. Full throttle.
I want to be.
Full steam ahead.
I want to be fully committed to this role. You know, when actors get to the point where it's like, don't even speak to me like my name.
My name, right.
Call me as the actor.
As the character
because
that you're playing.
I am, exactly. That's what I want.
Ooh.
I want to fully be.
New cycle alert. Bow, bow, bow.
But I will say another thing that is helpful is just being mindful. Like I've gotten to a point where I'm fully mindful of my shit. And it's not always easy to own up to it. But I'm mindful.
Look, man. I think it is empowering as hell. You know how sometimes, we're going to keep it a buck. You know how sometimes you're on bullshit. People know they're on bullshit. The thing is when you're trying to trick yourself into believing that you're not on bullshit. When you know, I'm in villain era. When you know, I'm in a position where I'm going to lead with compassion. When you know all of that and you own that shit, it's just, this is who the fuck I am and where I am in my life.
Yeah.
I think that's extremely empowering because it allows you to trust yourself no matter where you are in your life.
Oh my gosh, that is so
And
huge.
everything changes.
No, everything does. And I've gotten to a point where I'm like, you know what, let's address these feelings. Let's go ahead and feel them all the way instead of trying to push them down. Yes, no more. No more.
Well, I will say, I do think that some of these emotional reactions that stem from some issues, unresolved traumas, and I feel like I know people are going. This might not be a popular opinion, but I think that triggers are gifts. Triggers are spiritual gifts.
They are.
Because recognizing your triggers is one of the first steps to shifting them. In order to have order, there must be chaos. Mm-hmm. Because if there were no chaos, there wouldn't be order. How would you know? Mm-hmm. It would just be is. But because we have order, chaos has to exist. In order for you to get to order, you have to experience the chaos. Mm-hmm. And honestly, that's some beautiful shit because you know that nothing will last forever. Everything that you go through that you consider a negative turns into a positive. We just have to the journey, I think the awareness, the openness to the consciousness is to know when I'm experiencing the trigger or the negativity, to know that this is also I can get to another place that I would consider a positive experience. Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I do feel that me finally getting to a point where I'm tired of turning the other cheek and I'm becoming more vocal and more of a reflection. Like if you want to give me 10, I'm going to give you 15. But I also look at that phase that I'm going through as part of my healing.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's all in how you perceive it. I would say that you just like to exceed expectations. You're just a leader, Christy.
Well, there you go.
You know how you have those, high those high earners. You're just a high earner, Christy. That bitch said, you give me 10, I'm giving you 15. What?
Mm-hmm. What are we doing?
You let me know.
Right.
Okay. Okay. But I think that recognition is a good thing. So let's talk about mindful awareness. Mm-hmm. So once we are identifying our triggers, how can we mindfully And I would, let's say conscious awareness. So how can we consciously navigate through them to avoid our reactive responses? And even with that, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I even want to say not avoid our reactive responses, is to be aware of what our responses are. And look, I'm gonna tell you, what is this? Is this one of Newton's laws? Every action has a equal and opposite reaction. I think that's one of the third one. One of those. So to be conscious of the fact that this is the reaction that I'm choosing.
Yeah.
And I know that something comes with that. Whatever energy I bring is going to come back to me. So don't be like, oh my God, what just happened? No, that's what you brought to the table. And that's what the table brought back to you.
Right. And I am perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
I am. But, also being consciously aware. We've talked about this often. It's really important to be in the present moment, because I think a lot of times we are always thinking about the past, or we're always thinking about the future, and we're never really sitting in the present and allowing ourselves to feel what we feel without judgment. Like, I don't have time for that. That's something I've done all the time. I just don't have time for that. Next.
I always take this from my mom. She just said to be where your feet are. Consciously be wherever you are standing right at that moment.
That
be
is a word.
There. Like, okay. That makes I feel like that makes life just a little bit easier. There's not tomorrow. It's not what happened yesterday. It's not even what happened a couple of freaking minutes ago. We're consciously right in this moment.
Right. And then also when you when you are in the present, you basically break that cycle of triggering, because that becomes an automatic response. But when you're living in the present and you are consciously aware of yourself, you feel what's about to happen, and you're like, you choose another way.
Yep, that's true. What about the fact that when you have the awareness, or some might even consider the curiosity, that you can create a mental space that I think creating a mental space that allows you spiritual sovereignty, that allows you spiritual discernment, that allows you the opportunity. Look, I'm telling you, it's something different when you are standing in who and what it is that you are, and how you are choosing to react, proact, create,
all of that,
destroy. You know what I mean? We do so many different things, but being conscious of this is what I'm choosing to be in this moment, or this is who I'm choosing to be in this moment, it's freaking powerful, G.
It really is. Yep. So if you think about it this way, stimuli, whatever that is, plus a reaction equals a trigger. And so what we want you to do is we want you to shift your mind and just think of it now of like a stimuli plus the observation in the present with no judgment, quote unquote, equals a new reaction. So just something to be aware of, to be mindful and consciously aware of.
Let's talk about some emotional intelligence.
Ooh.
I feel like this has been a buzzword. I've been hearing a lot of...
I'm still remedial.
No, I'm saying I've been hearing a lot of spiritualists, and even this has honestly been a big conversation in the psychology world, and this emotional intelligence. I think it can play a big role in evolving our triggers, or even noticing our triggers, being aware of them. And turning those into possibility, transforming them into opportunities, So let's think of it like this. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing and understanding and managing your own emotions.
Can I use an example?
Yes.
It's like the thing with today with the IG person. I was responding, and I became aware of the present moment, and so I deleted everything. So I started anew. I chose a different way of responding, and I broke the stimuli.
Do you know why you chose a different way?
Because that was extra energy, and the person wasn't worth it. And I was going to even say, you're not even worth my energy. But I was like, why even waste my fingers and my energy to do that? So I was just like, it's a 12-week comment, be well. And left it at that. Because I decided I'm not going to give you any more. Because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve any part of my energy, whether it's positive or negative. My attention, you don't deserve it.
So you made a conscious decision that that particular action would not yield the result that you felt best fit with where you are in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And just think if we do that all the damn time. If we just stop for 1 second and be like, is this...
Man, that's like emotional,
like,
highly intelligent. Or high
it's
intelligence.
Not, this is not, it's not going to give what I thought it's, like, you know, you got to really, and you have to do it pretty damn quickly sometimes. Like, moment to moment. Man, you know how sometimes you short circuit out, you'll sit there and be like, okay, hold on. Okay, well, whoo. Have a nice day. Wait, you know a motherfucker really wanted that cuss you. I say, like, look blessed.
See?
Blessed. Woo! I like them Southern people when they say, yes, dear. Like, you really getting cussed out right now.
Right.
But emotional intelligence, honestly, I think is a very nice way to say to be aware of your own emotions.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Absolutely. And then also, you know, as you're moving through shifting from, you know, triggers to glimmers, you know, you start to realize that when you come up with a practice that works for you is you start to cultivate resilience. And, you know, that is what is needed to be able to make that shift. And so basically think of how can you continuously bounce back from challenging and triggering experiences. And I'm going to start to say it's all about choice. It starts with a choice. Excuse me.
Well, think about it. You've bounced back from everyone you've ever had in your past life. What makes you think you can bounce back from this one?
Bam.
You're still here.
Bam.
And I guarantee you, you have an experience. If you have, as my mommy likes to say, keep living. Yeah. You have you're still here. So you've bounced back from everything that you would consider trigger that has hit you to this day. So what makes you think you can get through this one?
Right. Every time you go through something, man, you are recording. You are putting it in your little mental Rolodex. You are recording every single thing in your body, in your your body. Just your body refuses to even just do what caused that. So your body is going to adapt. So, anyway, just keep that in mind. So as we go through things, you realize and learn, like, yeah, I don't think I want to do that again. So I'm just going to choose to do something different.
I want to get into the glimmers because I like glimmers.
Yeah.
They're exciting to me. I like the idea of, like, I think I posted today that having the goal of having one perfect moment a day is something that I think is worth having. It's like even if it's a small moment or piece, like a joy, or that it has a significant impact on how you take in the day emotionally, your own emotional well-being, if you allow it to happen. Like, even when I say the small, I love the glimmers throughout the day. Today I was at a what do you call this? Flower market. Mm-hmm. And I honestly was in heaven. Oh my God, all the colors, all the you know, I was.
And the scents, the smell,
baby. I was like, and that was a glimmer for me because I was so freaking happy in there. I didn't know where to start or stop. I went from one cooler to the next. And I have on what I have on now. I didn't think that you're walking into cooler, so I was freezing. But I did not give a fuck. It was a glimmer for me. It made me feel good. I forgot about any and everything else that was going on, and I was present.
I love
and that's one of the things that I love about glimmers. Not only does it make you think of there's more of these to come, but it's so easy to be present with the glimmer. It's like, oh my God, I'm here and this feels good and I like this and I love my fucking life and oh my God, I get to wake up and be me every day. That's some dope shit.
Like, have you ever had those moments, and I'm sure you have, where you've just been going about your day and all of a sudden you're like, I fucking love my life.
Yes! Oh my God, I love those moments.
I'm just...
Glimmer!
That is such a
Oh my
glimmer,
God,
and then or all of a sudden you're like walking down your favorite path,
I
and you
fucking
just
love those
become
moments,
aware
G.
of all the beautiful colors that you're seeing, and then all of a sudden you just want to start skipping and clicking your heels. Those are glimmers. Like, you have like this rush, this feeling of just joy, and
I love glimmers. I mean,
the
I
best.
honestly, and you guys know, I'm water. I'm truly water. Glimmers make me tear up. I can have moments where I can
see that.
literally like start tearing up, like, damn, this
I can
life is
see
really
that.
kind of beautiful. So yeah, I would encourage anybody, if you feel like, if you're having a moment where it feels good, you could be going through anything and you start to feel good, and instead of doing, oh my God, let me stop, I gotta think about something else, I would say stop and truly embrace that moment of joy, because every moment is a building block is a puzzle piece to who it is that you are. If we just kind of skip past those moments of joy and don't take the time to recognize that we're missing a piece of ourselves, you can find joy in anything.
Anything. And so
My
you
cat
just
coming
said
up
that.
and purring. He wouldn't let me put him down. That was a moment of joy for me. Glimmer.
So you just said that, and you just said, I do feel like you can also create a glimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can find, if you're in a
Yes.
situation that is not necessarily ideal, just like looking at things with the silver lining perspective, you can create a glimmer and just say, you know what? It could be worse, or, whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
You know how there's this saying where people will say something like, oh, you see the world through rose-colored glasses. And sometimes they'll say it to people as if that is...
It's like it's a bad thing.
Like it's a bad thing.
That could be
And
naive.
my feelings would be hurt when people would say that to me before, because I would think that was something that was a weakness or a vulnerability. Now I'm like, I'm whole delusional. I'm fucking delusional about the truth that I know that life is beautiful, and that I see it the way that I want to see it because I fucking want to. I choose to see the God in all y'all. I choose to see the God in everything. I choose to see myself in every person that I connect with. I know that every relationship that I cultivate and am cultivating is a piece of me being projected back to me. So when I connect with people or places or things or moments, I know that it's a piece of me saying something to me, and the shit feels fucking good. And so let me be delusional, because I don't give a fuck what y'all think. And yes, I don't care what. Yes, I see the world through rose-colored glasses, and that's where I want to be. Am I ignorant to what is happening in the world? No, I'm not. But I get to choose the energy that I want reflected back to me.
Glimmer.
Everybody gets to choose the energy that they get reflected back to me. I live on the south side of Chicago.
Glimmer.
If I wanted to, I could fill my mind with everything that the news says about what's happening in my city.
Right, which is why I don't watch the news.
I mean, I live in Hyde Park. To me, the world that I live in, the way that I see Chicago, is that this is one of the dopest cities in the world. Are you kidding me? We're right off of a lake.
I will say that
One of the
I've
largest
changed.
fresh bodies of water. I get to experience every season to the fullest. I love this shit. But if I wanted to, I can make myself believe that this is a terrible freaking place.
Yep.
I get to choose. I choose the other one. And I think everybody gets to choose. And once we recognize, if you are feeling miserable that you're choosing that, it's like, I could really choose.
I still don't like
I
the
know.
cold, though.
Well, girl, you could be a snow bunny. You grown, girl. You ain't got to live in Chicago.
But I will
to
say
waste your
that
shit.
I will say that since I moved, I have a different level of appreciation for the city. Like,
I love the
before, I was ready to, like, I'm done with Chicago. I'm done. But now, like, I live in a different place. My experience is different. It's just, life is different. So I'm kind of cool with Chicago.
It's so beautiful.
I still want to go though.
But think about it. While you're here, love it.
And I do.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Except for that hawk. Except for that part.
Man, you were born and raised here. You get you some long johns.
I told you, I'm a Trans Islander. I was born in the wrong climate.
So what are some, really quick, how can we help people with some ideas, Christy?
For continual growth and being mindful. Meditation is great for me, and I don't know if it helped you, but it just helped me to. There were things that surfaced during my meditation. I'm like, oh shoot, I thought I was doing this, but in reality, I'm doing that. Meditation was very helpful in my growth and in my evolution. Journaling, Mia is big on journaling. Therapy. Look, anything that's going to create well-being and positive changes in your life, do that. Tap into that glimmer.
So there was something, a practice that I started, and I didn't realize that I started until a little bit later. Sometimes, like when I'm having a moment or I see something that makes me feel really happy, I take a picture. So it's almost like this photojournalism, like I'm taking a picture of glimmers. And what I love is, on Google Photos, they'll do this, like remember this day, or they'll take different pictures and put them all together to have a similar theme. And when this happens, and I often get these random pictures that I don't even remember taking, and it's a trigger for that glimmer moment. And I'm like,
And that further amplifies the energy that you already have,
So I just random pictures I'll see. Like I literally have the most random pictures in my phone. But when I see the picture, I remember I remember why I took this picture.
Or how you were feeling
and how I was, So it's almost like a photo gratitude journal.
Ooh, I love that.
I think that's a really good tip to try. And it's visual stimulation for a lot of people is how they that's the kind of the trigger to change their emotions is visual stimulation. So that's an idea for you guys to try.
I love that.
All right, Chrissy, what's your takeaway?
So my takeaway is maybe I should have responded the way I should have responded. My takeaway is honestly, once you figure out what your triggers are and once you're choosing to do better and you're really wanting to get to know yourself intimately, you realize that type of energy, it's not the type of energy that you want to put out there. I would say, once you understand you and what's going to trigger you, it will allow you to shift the way that you perceive your triggers. And find that silver lining. You can try and find a silver lining in every situation that you just want to give up on.
I mean, you guys think about it. Even the thought or idea, the attempt to finding a silver lining automatically switches the energy of something. Automatically. It could be fucking horrible. Like, okay, there has to be something good about that. Immediate change.
Immediate.
Because now you're searching for the good.
Yeah.
So sometimes in the midst of it, ask yourself the question. I would say the takeaway for me, and probably is also rolling into what our message for the collective is the choice. You always have a freaking choice of how it is that you want to feel. Yeah. And being conscious of your choice. So your trigger is your spiritual self reminding you of something that you came to address in your world. We all have our own journey. What triggers Christy is not going to trigger me. What triggers me is not going to trigger Christy. We all have our own journey. So you have to think at some point my highest self, my spiritual self, my God self leaned into a particular lesson for me. I chose to learn this lesson. So if the trigger comes, it means that it's time for me to accept it and recognize it. The recognition of something that is still stopping me from being able to be in a glimmer moment is a powerful freaking moment if we allow it to be. I truly do think triggers are gifts. And then I think that once that happens, you have created or gotten rid of an obstacle that has been stopping you from seeing the glimmers that exist in your life every day. I love the idea every day of having the intention to have one perfect moment where everything seems to, it can last an hour, it can last a minute, a second, where everything comes together and it's just like right here, right now, this is it.
Perfect moment.
Then all of a sudden the door opens and it gets loud, whatever, but you had the moment. Being able to recognize those moments is something that's so beautiful because then you bring more of that to you. Again, remember, we have complete control over what it is that we are choosing. When we become conscious of that, that's when we are effectively changing our lives. That's when we are effectively changing what is being presented to us, what's coming towards us, what energy it is that we're drawing in, and it's all in your control. You know how I am about that self-accountability and self-mastery thing, so that's what I got. What's our crystal of the week?
The crystal of the week.
Y'all better be glad I can't sing. Because, baby,
I know.
I got bars. I got bars. I got lyrics.
So the crystal of this week, you guys, we talked about this crystal back from season 2, Tanzanite. So this is, I forgot to wear my Tanzanite ring. But the element is wind. It's for the heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, crown, and soul star chakra. So this crystal helps to create a link between the heart and the mind, allowing one to perceive situations, experiences, and circumstances from the perspective of enlightened compassion. The Tanzanite crystal helps in the process of making the heart's promptings more noticeable to the mind and connecting a circuit of vibrational energy between the heart and the third eye chakra. So being in the present moment. And honestly, working with this crystal will help to release just a greater amount of joy. It can cause the mind to reflect greater pleasure of life and so on. It's a really light crystal. Like whenever I wear it, I feel light and bright.
I like it. That's a pretty, and it's pretty too.
It is.
So you guys, hey, thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you for lasting this long.
This is episode 45, season 4. We love you guys. Also, please do follow our social media page on IG at 2 Queens Crystal Things. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And I want to give a shout out to my sister and partner over here for her great energy work. And also, guys, you need to go to her business page, Sage House Apothecary.
You said it.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yay!
Yay! She did it.
Glimmer.
She did it. Glimmer. See? You are a fast learner.
Right?
So you guys, this facial oil she makes dead ass. My skin looks good, G.
I'm over here looking at it, and yes,
my skin looks good. And I am dead serious. I love this facial oil. And the other product that I always am begging her to bring with when she comes over here is the hair oil, that rosemary hair oil. Y'all need to check it out for real.
Thank you.
I love it.
That was so sweet. Well, you all know Mia. I am very particular with the people I go to if I go to a reading. So she's amazing. She's giving.
She's giving.
She's giving intuitive. But you can go to her. She is an amazing Akashic record reader. She's also a fellow sound healer. You all know that we do events together. But she's also the creator of her new modality of healing called the Dragonfly, and you can follow her personal page at Wings Unleashed 444.
Ooh, so boy, this has been a good time. How long was this, Christy? I'm just curious.
4, 4, 10.
I swear I was gonna say. Okay, let me tell you why I just asked that. See this? Oh, I love spirit.
She's gonna talk until it's 4, 4.
I know. No. Yeah, go Google angel number 44 for real talk. Everybody, that's a message for the collective. I love you. Thank you. Light,
Bye.
peace, love, and soul. Till next time.
Bye.